Hello and welcome to the Dream Team Professor podcast. My name is Scott, and in this episode, we're going to be doing a match day recap, looking at all the top point scorers and key talking points from the Sunday and Monday Euro 2024 matches from a Dream Team point of view. But first, I'm just going to go over my Matchday 3 team selection if you didn't manage to catch us on the Dream Team Tonic live stream at the weekend. So currently, my team is on 169 points in total, 13 points for the match day. I didn't have anyone in action yesterday for the matches like Italy and Spain, but did start off quite heavy on the Germany players for Sunday. So my free transfers this week. So I had Bruno, I had Ronaldo, and I had Cancelo, all three Portugal players who have already won the group. And I'm kind of thinking, or was thinking, that they will rotate heavily like Spain did last night, basically changing the entire 11. There has been a few stories come out. Firstly, Martinez sort of came out of an interview that sort of hinted that he would heavily rotate. But then yesterday, there has been a few stories out that possibly that Gonzalo Ramos and Jota might have a slight knock. So that's worried me a little bit. Maybe Ronaldo could end up starting. It's also been a team photo that came out with Bruno, Ronaldo and Cancelo, all three of them in the team. But we did see that Spain put a team photo out and there were a few people that were different anyway. So hopefully the three Portugal players will be rotated like I thought. So for Ronaldo, I brought in Kevin De Bruyne after his impressive match against Romania, scoring route one from the keeper straight for him, and then 3 shots on target as well. Bonus points in both matches so far. And surely he's got to link up with Lukaku eventually. So I've gone KDB into the team. I've also gone Bellingham, who will be in action tonight for England. And I expect that regardless of any changes, he's going to be playing. It looks like the only change is going to be Gallagher for Trent, which we'll save that for another day. But he's had near to 90 in both matches and 3 bonus points in both matches. So I think regardless whether he drops back a little bit or carries on playing in that number 10, he's going to carry on hitting these bonus points, I imagine. And obviously has the goal threat from the first match. So KDB and Bellingham both into midfield, give me a 5-man midfield, which I think is the first time I've done that in this game. I always usually like to have 3 strikers. And then my last change will be Koundé has come in for Cancelo. Now, I did like the look of Hernandez, who's slightly more expensive, a bit more attacking, also playing for France. I also did really like the look of Grimaldo, who got 10 points yesterday, done really, really well with that clean sheet. But I just couldn't afford him. With bringing Bellingham, bringing De Bruyne, I only had 4 million, and I thought Koundé probably looked the best option for that. He does still get forward for France. So those are my 3 transfers in. And then I've decided to go for a 12th man, Kylian Mbappe, based on the news that he did play a behind the closed doors friendly, scoring 2, assisting 2 in 60 minutes against a Bundesliga 2 side. So this is a must-win game for France, not in terms of qualifying, but in terms of winning the group. And I think Netherlands are slightly just ahead at the moment on goal difference. So goal difference will be an important factor for who gets this first place finish in that group. So obviously taking place tonight, France 5 o'clock against Poland and Netherlands 5 o'clock against Austria. You'd have to think that France are probably the favourites still to top the group, with Netherlands having the tougher game against Austria. The way I've thought about it is that if Mbappe does end up playing, unlimited transfers next week, everyone will have him. So there's no real advantage to be gained. But if I use my 12th man this week, I could still catch him while a few people are unsure. And then it could boost me up the rankings a little bit. It obviously comes with risk if he ends up not playing, or if he ends up coming on, sort of hurting his nose again and then going off again. Obviously, it could backfire. But I don't take that many risks when it comes to Dream Team. And this was one that I fancied taking. So I'm going Mbappe 12 man tonight against Poland. Has been a little bit of talk as well that potentially Griezmann might be left out. I think could be due to a knock or injury. So hopefully that does increase the chances that Mbappe does play. but we don't know the lineups at this point. But that is how my team lines up. I've gone for Harry Kane as the vice captain and Lukaku as the captain. Obviously, he's been really, really unlucky. 3 disallowed goals so far this tournament. No goals scored currently, but I think Belgium just looked much more promising going forward than what England have looked, creating a lot more chances. I know Kane has scored and Lukaku hasn't, but it just feels like it has to happen for Lukaku eventually because they are creating so much and he has been very unlucky. Obviously, Mbappe in his 12th man, you can't captain him. Please do leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you've been following along with these Euro videos and you've been enjoying the content. Next up, we're going to go on to a quick recap of the Sunday, Monday matches. We're going to keep it short because the turnaround on these Euro matches is very, very quick, and we're recording this on Tuesday morning, so want to get this out as soon as possible. But Germany won, Switzerland won. On screen, this is from ffstuff.co.uk. You can look at their match center. It updates live. There's also a view where you can go a little bit deeper as well, and it breaks down all of the bonus points, how everyone's hitting bonus throughout the game as well. Really, really interesting, but I'll keep it on the basic view just for the sake of the video. So Germany qualify at top, Switzerland in at second. Germany played an unchanged side again, which seems like they're going to be pretty easy to predict unless it's sort of injury or suspension. They had an early goal disallowed, which it was a long-range strike from Andrić and a big mistake really from Jan Sommer from outside the box. But Musiala sort of put in a slide tackle in the build-up and they pulled it back for the foul. So missed out on the goal there, but I don't think many people would have had Andrić in the side. But Musiala obviously lost a player performance mark, but still went on to get bonus in this game, so it wasn't a big deal. Switzerland got the first goal, though, against Germany, and then pretty much frustrated them for a lot of the game. So 28th minute goal from Undoy in this one, 8 points for him, and it was a Freuler assist, so 7 points for Freuler as well. No Shaqiri in this lineup again, so he really was a one-game wonder. Xhaka putting another man in a match performance. I think that's back-to-back now, potentially, but did not really reflect his Dream Team points, so only 3 points in Dream Team for him, a yellow card. Tar got a yellow card for Germany, which means he misses the next game, which will be a big blow. They also had Mittelstadt, who was sort of walking the yellow card tightrope, but didn't get a booking, but they took him off in the 61st. So maybe they were a little bit worried about missing sort of 2 defenders for the next game. So Tar got a yellow, misses the next game. And it's likely that Schlotterbeck comes in, taking his place. But he's 3.5 million. So still think you're probably better off going for Mittelstadt unless you're going for a double up. But if you do go for him, you're probably going to end up taking him out again next match because Tar will come back in. Mittelstadt, I said, was on yellow, so got subbed early. He was 1 player performance mark off of getting 3 bonus points again. He's really been a bargain so far this tournament. Musiala, who's in my team as well, 4 points, 1 bonus point, 1 shot on target. Fairly quiet match for him, taken off in the 76th minute. 1 bonus, 1 shot on target. Didn't quite reach tackles. Tony Cruz had a really good match. So 10 player performance marks, 3 bonus, 2 tackles, a big chance created, 7 points in total. And then a blank for Gundogan, but I think we can let him off for that one because he has been so good these past 2 matches. Florian Wirtz, just the 3 points, 1 player performance mark off a hitting bonus for him. And then Kai Havertz up top, 5 player performance marks, did get him bonus, did have a shot on target. But just the 4 points. And then we had super sub Füllkrug coming on again. So he came on in the 76th minute and scored a 92nd minute equalizer in this game. So real super sub. It is the return of the big man up front sometimes for some of these teams. So he's looking pretty good. There's calls for him to potentially be starting as well over Havertz, but I don't think they'll do it. So 8 points for Füllkrug. And the assist came from Raum, who came on to replace Mittelstadt and actually looked pretty good. He got an assist, 3 player performance marks, so didn't really have enough time to hit bonus, but big chance created, and just a one tackle for him. But yeah, the two subs combined nicely to get that equaliser, which means that Germany do top the group. They're at risk of not doing it, but they've got that equaliser and now finish top of the group, and Switzerland go through in second. Scotland, Hungary. I didn't watch this game. I was watching the Germany game just because I had more Germany players in my dream team. This is how it goes at the minute. But 1-0 win for Hungary. 100th minute goal for Sobov. So yeah, real heartbreak for Scotland in this one. They are eliminated. Hungary could still go through as a third place finisher potentially. Robertson, 8 points, banked a clean sheet before he was subbed off, along with Ralston. We had John McGinn, 5 points, free bonus, but it's kind of irrelevant. We're not going to bring him in now. Szoboszlai, 4 points, a shot on target, a big chance created, but didn't quite hit bonus in this one. Not actually scored well in his last 2 matches, so probably is a move on. We gave him the group stages, but I doubt if they do make it, we'll be keeping him. Salai, so he got an assist in this one, finished on 9 points. And actually for the group stages was 1 point ahead of Szoboszlai as Hungary's top goal scorer or top point scorer, 17 points in total. Assist, 9 points, tackles, 2 big chances created, and a shot on target. Obviously had that horrible injury to Varga, so expect we won't be seeing him for the rest of the tournament. And then I still can't decide whether I thought it should have potentially been a pen to Scotland in this one, but I guess it's sorted anyway. It's all done. But yeah, lot of complaints afterwards about that. But yeah, no players to target now from Scotland, and I doubt there will be from Hungary as well. On to yesterday's games, which were actually pretty exciting. I actually ended up watching the Spain-Albania match, despite Spain already being through. But again, I didn't have any players in my dream team, but I'm playing a lot of other UEFA fantasy formats and had quite a few of the Spain players. So I actually ended up watching this one, even though the Italy-Croatia game was probably more meaningful. It was a fully rotated Spain squad after already winning the group. So Raya, Laporte, Vivian, Grimaldo, Navas, Olmo, Oyarzabal, Ferran Torres, Marino, Zubamendi, and Joselu starting this one. Grimaldo, 4.5 million, 10 points, clean sheet, free bonus, 5 crosses, dribbles, interceptions, and 94% passing accuracy. Saw him get those 10 player performance marks. Lots of calls for him to be starting over Cucurella, but Cucurella has impressed since he's been in. And you can see the difference. So Cucurella obviously sits in a bit more when he plays, and you've got Carvajal on the other side, whereas in this one, Grimaldo was just up and down all game long. I thought Navas actually was fairly attacking on the other side, but obviously they're through, so it was less of a worry. But yeah, really good performance from Grimaldo. Shame he's not starting every game. Raya, 3.5 million, impressed. He had 4 saves in this one. A couple of them were really, really good saves as well. Not even the Arsenal bias kicking in. I've seen quite a few people calling for him to start the next game, but I don't expect it to happen. A lot of people went for a punt on one of the Spain attackers. We knew they were going to be heavily rotated, and it was a chance for a differential. I think Oyarzabal was probably the most popular from what it seemed like online across other games. But Ferran Torres in the 13th minute got that early goal. 9 points. And it was a Dani Olmo assist. 7 points for him as well. Oyarzabal disappointed. 3 points for him, and it was an early substitution as well in the 62nd minute. So if you went for him, you would have been a bit disappointed with how that one went. And Joselu just 2 points as well up top. But that is Albania out of the tournament. And as a result, France, the Netherlands, and England have all qualified regardless now. So we'll see, obviously, whereabouts they finish in Group D and Group C later on today. But France, Netherlands, England are all through as a result of this one. And Albania will be out. Croatia won, Italy won. Had to go back and watch the highlights of this one. It was one of them ones where you're watching one game and then you're hearing what's happening in the other game, and you kind of want to switch over, but I felt too invested in the other match to kind of swap midway through. But it was an injury time equaliser, sending Italy through. Real heartbreak. So Croatia are most likely eliminated now, unless England beat Slovenia by 3 goals plus, I think it was. So, I mean, it could be possible, but it doesn't look that possible considering how England have been playing recently. Modric, so won a penalty, or took the penalty, but it was saved by Donnarumma. And it's just something about him. I don't know if it's just because we faced him in the final or just because he's so massive in that goal. But I never thought Modric was gonna score that one. Really, when you look at it, see Donnarumma in the goal compared, he just takes up so much of the goal. And Modric missed the pen, or Donnarumma saved it, only for Modric to then go on and score a minute later. So Modric had 7 points, 2 shots on target, 2 tackles in this one. Donnarumma finished with 6 points, so 3 saves and a penalty save. But yeah, just heartbreak for Croatia. So they were ahead all this time. It even looked like you could see the sort of Croatia players on the sideline ready to celebrate. But Italy got a 98th minute winner through Zaccagni, and it was an assist though from Calafiori, and he's sort of driven out from centre half, played a 1-2 with one of the midfielders, slotted in this Zaccagni guy who's put it top corner. Really, really good play from Calafiori. He looks like a really exciting player. 6 points in this one, an assist, bonus, big chance created. But he picked up a yellow card, and it was his second yellow card in this one. So he's going to miss the next match in the round of 16. So don't be putting Calafiori in, but he does look a player. Italy attack looked poor again. I don't see myself targeting one of these Italy attackers unless it's a case of that we're right down to the last few rounds and there's not much to choose from. But it's been so hard to pick out an attacker from Italy that does well. So you had Raspadori, 5 points, 5 player performance marks, a bonus, 2 tackles, and a big chance created. But other than that, no real standouts. Retegui on 3, and Pellegrini on 2, and they just keep making these earlier subs as well with Scamacca, Chiesa, both coming on. Di Lorenzo and DeMarco both blanked as well. Didn't sound like, well, it sounded like DeMarco was going to be a risk for this game, whether or not he'd play or not. But he did play, still blanked. Di Lorenzo blanked as well. From Croatia, Vardiol back at left back again. So he's at left back, then left centre back, then left back. Just the 4 points, 1 bonus, tackles. But shout out to Satalo, who's at a cracking group stage. So 5 points, 8 player performance marks, and 3 bonus points in this match, which seals it as 3 games running now where he's hit that 3 bonus point milestone with 8 player performance marks in this one. So real defender of the tournament so far with his performances and consistency on the player performance marks. But we'll obviously have to wait and see whether or not Croatia get through. Doesn't look likely, but there's just something about Croatia, isn't there? They always just somehow find a way to sneak through into the group stage. So we'll wait and see how that one goes. We'll have another recap video coming out to look over what happens in Group C and Group D. Good luck with your teams today. Good luck to England as well. And we will see you on the next episode. Please do leave a like, subscribe, and head over to the Dream Team Tonic podcast when you get a chance. We've got more content dropping over there. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.